What is up, Focus family? We are back with another FPL video. It's FPL Focus, and today the new segment is called Player Focus, where I will be taking a look at some players, their stats, their fixtures, and just talk a little bit about each player ready for the game week. In this case, game week 21. A quick shout out to FPL Data, as I've been searching for a website that I could extract XG, XA and all kinds of player data to look at, and this is a fantastic site, so make sure you check it out. Its Twitter handle is FPL_data, and then the website is fpldata.co.uk, so make sure you do check that out. It's fantastic, user friendly, very easy to use, and no affiliation or nothing, just completely free to use. Go and check it out. I know I enjoyed using it. Right, let's get into it. So firstly, we start with a player that I've backed since before the World Cup. It's Matoma of Brighton, midfielder, just 5.0, great price, only 1.7% owned, so very much a differential. As you can see, he's got 3 goals and 3 assists. Really lively player. Goes for it, especially when you see the game against Liverpool and what he did to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He certainly knew he was there. He was in for a game, all right. This XG and XA, expected goals, expected assists, taken from the last 4 game weeks. So even though you can see he's got his 3 assists, this is just taken from the last 4 from FPL Data, the website that I talked about earlier. That's absolutely brilliant, free to use. That is the main thing, free. So XG 1.6 expected goals, and just to note that also there's a possibility that Brighton will have blank game weeks later on, so this would be really more of a short-term punt. I think with the Carabao Cup coming up, Newcastle versus Brighton would be a blank in 25 if Newcastle beat Southampton. There's different scenarios, and also they could blank in game week 28 as well with the round of 4 or 5 games, or if Man United win their round of 4. Also, Brighton could blank in game week 32 if they or Man City reach the FA Cup semi-finals as well. So that's not for a little while yet, but like I said, as a short-term punt, he's definitely a very bright, energetic player. And yeah, like I said, I've backed him since November. A lot of people looking to get on him. Leicester away in 21, which is our main focus at the moment. It's the game week we're going into. Not too bad. Brighton playing well. And also with news just in that Trossard might be going to Arsenal, it definitely means there's just more space, more room in that midfield. Quite a few Brighton players can play in several positions, so yeah, Matoma probably holds his own anyway on the wing. And then the game week 22, Bournemouth at home, that should be a good game for them. Crystal Palace away, that will be tricky, especially if it's a late kickoff, but still Brighton, as I said, they can hold their own. They really are a good team. So fixtures there, grey and greens, not too bad. And you can obviously just sub him out if you think that Brighton are going to go on to have a blank game week later on, which is a high probability. But I just had to talk about this player because I think he's exceptional. So yeah, that sums up Matoma. Let's go on to our next asset. And next up we've got Bukayo Saka of Arsenal, a man I know a lot about, obviously being a fan. But the reason we've got him in here is because they're going to double in game week 23. Brentford and Man City. Not the greatest, but Arsenal already done a job on Brentford. This time they will be at home. Man City always shown their vulnerability this season, also at home. So for me, when I look at this Arsenal side, a lot of talent, doing very well this season. Absolutely blessed to be top of the league, but they're not there for no reason. And when I look at the team, the standout player has to be Bukayo Saka, involved in literally everything. So for me, in a double game week, he'd be the one player that I'd want more than anyone else. even more than Ødegaard, who's the creative key. But he's just as creative, Saka, once he gets the ball. He can square it across the face of goal, or he just goes it alone when he cuts in from the right-hand side. Onto that left foot as well. That is something else. But yeah, as we can see here, he's priced at 8.1. So he's just out of that 8 million category now, working his way up. 20.5% owned. Fairly high ownership, but still not, you know, highly owned, so to speak. 6 goals and 8 assists, and again, the data that's taken is from the last 4 game weeks. So his XG is 1.2 and his expected assists 0.9. So within the last 4 game weeks, those are really quite good stats. You're looking at definitely more likely to get a goal. I mean, visually, and the data adds up there. So 2 positives for you. 3 if you count that I'm a fan, and just really can't stop going on about how good he is, really. I can't really, you know, sum it up enough how good he is, basically. And fixtures, Man United at home next in 21, the game we are in at the moment, or going into, should I say. And then Everton away, Brentford at home. I mean, they've got the fixtures there. Aston Villa in green away, Leicester away in a grey. For me, that shouldn't be a grey. That should be a green as well. I don't think Leicester have been very good this season, so I would literally give that a green as well. I mean, these fixtures are taken from the FPL site, so, you know, their difficulty rating isn't really, they don't update it. So you can kind of make your own judgments on how difficult you think the fixtures are, but this is just the key basis from the FPL website. So yes, guys and girls, Bukayo Saka, you definitely want him going into that double game week 23 it's coming up. He's just a highly recommended play out of all of the Arsenal players. He'd be the one I'd go for. And then lastly, we have Ivan Toney, the man with betting allegations and the threat of a ban and all sorts going on. But his attitude and his demeanour comes across like a man who thinks he's going to probably get away with it. He's got plenty of money. He's probably got decent lawyers as well that can defend him. But the thing is, if you go without him, he will continue scoring and punishing us all. Now, you have a look at his ownership, 24.7%. That's fairly high, but you do not want to be one of those going without and letting his effective ownership damage you. 13 goals, 3 assists. Where he went off the radar, he's now back on it. Leeds away, Southampton at home next. Juicy fixtures indeed, and he is the main man at Brentford. Everything goes through him or is played to him. An XG of 2.3 says it all. An XA 0.4 means he's probably a little bit greedy and just takes a chance himself. But we like that. We like that because we want the points. Obviously, game week 23, Arsenal, tough one there. Obviously, in the Amazon Prime documentary, a bit of a rivalry going on there. So I'm sure he'll be well up for trying to score against us in that game. Then it's Crystal Palace at home, Man United away and Fulham at home. Not bad at all. I expect him throughout these fixtures to get plenty of points, plenty of goals, and see how he goes. I don't think he'll get banned. I just think somehow he's going to just get slapped with a huge fine. But we'll see. At the moment, for my FPL team, I think I'll have to look at definitely getting this fella in. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on him, because it is quite controversial. And guys, thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed Player Focus, because it's a new segment on the channel, please do let me know in the comments below as well. All feedback, very, very important. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe, smash that like button. Take care.